Hello and welcome to Unit 2 of Policies and Procedures, State Licensing from Soup to Nuts. So, within our first unit, you are getting to know each other and each other's preferences for the different child centers available. Now, this week, we're going to be focusing on state and local licensing aspects as you explore the child care licensing websites. As an administrator, you need to know not only the regulations, but how to incorporate each criteria into your center's policies and procedures to ensure the environment consistently meets the licensing requirements. Because remember, a state or local inspection can occur at any time at any center. Yeah, it's a bit crazy and scary knowing that at any time on any day there could be an inspection. But if you as the administrator is planned and prepared and organized and you have educated your staff on the policies and procedures, then the surprise is not going to be on the center. It's going to be on the inspector because you will be aware of what to expect and you will know how to approach it and you will know how to maintain the consistent environment with them in the environment. So, as you familiarize yourself this week with the local and state licensing websites, you're going to be looking at and exploring different aspects such as the statutes and regulations within the child care center that you must maintain. And you'll also be learning about your initial licensing aspect and what is required for the different types of center. If you have infants and toddler versus school age versus special needs children, what types of things must you be maintaining within your center to ensure the safety and well-being of these children? And then you can also look through, because many states also include the inspection form on it. So you will be well aware of the criteria the state licensor will be looking for as they enter your building. And you'll be able to maintain the criteria and educate your staff and parents on what is being observed and what is being expected of you. A lot to take in, I know. I've been doing it for over 24 years. State inspections are not fun, but you'll learn the more you are aware of the information and the better you understand the criteria, the better you can explain yourself and maintain your licensing. And then your inspections, yeah, they'll be stressful. I'm not going to say the stress is gone after all these years, but you're going to be better prepared. And that is the key, is to know how and where to find your answers when they come in. Once you've explored the websites and gotten more details on what's expected, you will be taking your findings to this week's discussion board and sharing it with us and letting us know what you found and also presenting to us in presentation so we get to know more details about what is expected. Knowing and preparing and comprehending the state licensing requirements is a vital aspect for an administrator. It ensures parents and staff are properly informed of the daily operations are maintained appropriately. The information obtained in this week's lesson will be utilized throughout the course and throughout your lifetime as an administrator. So as we continue to build these skills, you will be more successful. You want to know the details. You want to be able to know what your ratios are, why cleaners have to be where they are, all those little things that add up to maintaining a license and the safety for the children. So remember, this week we'll be focusing on being able to access and comprehend your center's policies and procedures and maintaining and aware of what forms are required for state licensing and what the website has to offer and how to navigate your way through the website to get the information needed for the center that you're selected. Then you're also going to have to learn to differentiate between state and licensing requirements. Did you know that local requirements outweigh state requirements? But you still have to maintain both aspects. If the health department says that you can have food on the counter, but the state says you can't, it needs to be right, and the local inspector said this is what needs to do. Those little quirks could add up into problems, but if you're aware of what both agencies want, local and state, then you find a way to compromise and meet in the middle to ensure the criteria are maintained for both. And these are aspects that you'll be exploring and looking at this week. Then you need to look at your consultants. Every center is required to have a set amount of consultants. Who are they? What are their roles? How are you utilizing them? And what other consultants would you possibly need or want to be utilizing within your center? And sharing these thoughts with us. Knowing your state and local licensing requirements is only a portion of being an administrator. It is a vital aspect, because without the license, the center is not operational. But it is just one chunk of it, and it's a chunk that the families are required to know about. So you're going to be taking all this information and utilizing it throughout the course as you are informing parents and learning how to manage your staff and parent tours, All these things are vital, okay? So within this unit, you are going to look at these procedures and policies and get to know them, get comfortable with them, and question different things, whys and whats and wheres. So you are better prepared and you can better prepare your staff and your parents. Within the next unit, you're going to be expected to recognize these requirements and the role the administrator has in maintaining the policies and procedures. So, as I said, this week we get to know all the licensing regulations and requirements statewide and locally. And then next week, you are going to be taking this information and looking at the different centers through websites and tours. So be critical, everybody. It depends on the safety of our children that we understand this. Good luck.